happening, everyone? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. Thank all you guys for tuning back in. I know many of you, this may be your first time, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future videos. So I wanted to touch on this topic real quick, and I will try not to tarry too long in this video. But it's something that I've seen and I really want to speak on it. I've been meaning to do this video for weeks now, but I'm finally getting around to it. So hopefully I don't, take up too much of you guys' time. But it's basically on the issue of more so the love of the black woman, first of all. And for those who claim that the black woman, or would like to bring about or continuously say the fact that the black woman is, so to speak, God, but in the same token, never end up committing to this God or submitting to this God, or basically, treating this woman in the aspect of her being a God. Now, a quick disclaimer, this is definitely not a simping video. So let's not get that twisted with the whole title. That's not what I'm trying to convey. I'm basically asking the question of, if you truly feel that the black woman is God, then why aren't you committing to her? Why aren't you submitting to her? Why aren't you doing the things that one would do to one who they consider to be their God? Now, whether you mean that literally or not, that's a whole different thing. Either way, there's a certain adoration or certain things that comes with the way you treat a God. So a lot of this that we hear, it comes from a lot of these Ho-Tep hustlers, as they call them, conscious, a lot of people in the conscious community, and basically overall simps, who basically, have a certain rhetoric where, they basically say that this woman is my God, we treasure this woman, but their actions don't speak to that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that at the end of the day, that this is a good hustle, and it can generate a lot of money for those with a great mouthpiece. And they understand that most of the people who come to these lectures based upon this, obviously it's catering more to the women, but when you cater to them, you basically are telling someone something that they want to hear, which is nothing wrong with uplifting your people. But if you're going to say these things, I'm gonna need you to practice what you preach. At least turn this woman into your wife. A lot of these dudes and people are saying this, have a baby mama, and they still preach this, but won't turn a baby mother into a wife, and so on and so forth. I have multiple women. A lot of these dudes, a lot of these guys out here that aren't even married, have never been married, and they're out dealing with, they have been outed and things like that for dealing with multiple women, and living lifestyles that are unbecoming of what it is that they preach and what they're preaching to a lot of these women, and I guess a lot of them feel that women are more gullible, and, all you have to do is basically cake on this woman and tell her everything she wants to hear, and they do these things. So, other than that, when we talk about the whole God concept, goddess concept, we understand, science, obviously, that the black woman gave birth to all of mankind. We got that. That's a given. We understand that. We all originate, as far as the human species, until science further proves otherwise, that we originate from the womb of a black woman. We all know about this. It's a certain movie, it's called The Crow, where the character Eric Draven, he says that mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children, which I can see how that correlates to this, where basically that is the first that a child knows. And the mother is obviously at that point the closest thing to God, as the mother has created you or has brought you forth, but the mother has not fashioned you. So other than that, we get that. The black woman, obviously, she's resilient, beautiful. The black woman has been through a lot, throughout this entire the history of the world, especially in the history of the United States. We get that. You got that. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to go out and preach this, in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, be on social media, constantly telling this woman that, but you're not practicing what you preach, it's very disingenuous to do that. And I would hope a lot of the ladies out there would see this. You look at whoever it is that you're listening to, including myself, you're watching me on here. If you're not practicing what you preach, then, that should be a red flag right there when a lot of these guys come out and they say these things that they say, So what I'm saying is, in that effect, other than you verbally saying it to these women, why are you not worshiping this woman in her entirety, supposedly celebrating this woman, continuously edifying this woman, or even supplicating this woman if she is truly your God? If she's truly your God, or do you have a different meaning? I guess that's to be said. What exactly do you mean when you say that she is your God? So I guess a lot of the things that black women say is they're not being protected by black men. They're being disrespected, and black men are not choosing them, regardless of if they say they do want to be with a black woman, or they do want a black woman, or they want to this and this, just for media purposes. But that's not really what they want at the end of the day. This is what I hear in social media, a lot of black women saying that they're not being protected, but I guess in that protection, that goes, that can go a number of different ways. As I see it, is the man protecting the woman from actually harming herself in that act, as far as being a role model, as far as being a father, or just being a male role model to guide that woman in the right path. Because there's a lot of women out here, or black women, women altogether, but we're talking about black women right now, that are actually harming themselves, and even objectifying themselves, just as men have been objectifying, black women. So that's something different in itself. So that's what I feel as far as protecting a woman, but you can't save anyone that doesn't want to be saved, which I guess is another argument within that. But having these role models now, which they are out there, but when you have the media, if you're looking for a role model within the media, from a female, from a woman's standpoint, you got all these reality shows is basically, bringing about the wrong, appearance, so to speak, or a way to conduct yourself, as I see it. And this is a lot of this stuff, objectifying yourself, you're vibrating on a lower level, and you're conducting yourself like a savage. But that's, as seen on TV, is if you conduct yourself in this way, it's profitable. And you feel that you might garner attention or popularity by conducting yourself in this manner. But that is a way other than physically, that a man can come in the picture and actually provide this protection. So it is the responsibility as well, because men should be the custodians of women at the end of the day, even if you're protecting her from herself, to protect her in her entirety, especially if you consider her to be your God. So don't contribute, keep her, especially fathers, keep her from participating or contributing to the ratchet behavior that black women are perceived as on television, and bring that positive influence, it was said, I believe I heard one time, you know, since we're talking about the black woman being God, if you are honest with the woman, that woman will treat you like God, is what I've heard in the past. So, I mean, y'all can sound off on your opinion on that, you know, that's just something with that. But that's my main thing. And I did a video previously on, if you really were in love with that woman, then why don't you marry her? Instead of fighting in the street over a woman, or telling a woman what she should and shouldn't be doing, you know, just go ahead and make that woman your wife. So that's just my 2 cents on it. If you really think about it, with this hustling, these hustling words, you know, this woman is God. This woman is God. If she truly is, and you worship her, then you would commit and dedicate yourself to her completely. So no simping here. I mean, if you think so, that's cool too. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video if you don't mind. It helps to promote the video. Make sure you comment. Want to hear your thoughts on this. Subscribe. By all means, hit the bell. That way you get notifications, like I said before, for all my future content. If you haven't yet, go ahead and add me on social media, Facebook and Instagram. The link is in the description as well. You know, check me out on Amazon. Got my books up there. By all means, get yourself a copy, paperback and ebook. And if you feel like it, throw a couple coins in the well of wisdom. The link is in the description as well. And so, with that being said, you know, this concludes this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys tuning in once again. And remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. I will definitely catch you guys on the next video or live chat. Peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. I'm out.